Finna do Leo. What's going down with you this week, Leo? Starting with today all the way to next Saturday. What's going to be happening in your energy that you need to know about? So what's going down with Leo that we need to know right now? Spirit, what's going down in Leo's energy? Y'all like, share, subscribe, and all my newcomers, what it do? Okay? What's going down with Leo? Somebody here is mind controlled. So there's somebody that may be mind controlled. What else is going on with Leo? Black magic is returned back to center where it came from. It's not to penetrate my defenses. Something about in the mountains. So somebody's being mind controlled from the mountains for the devil. Okay? So the devil's mind controlling someone in the mountains. Somebody may be locked up in prison because they're in prison right now for a burial. Someone may be locked up for a burial that may have happened when somebody was dating this person. So there was a burial or something happened when somebody was dating somebody, is what I'm hearing. So we have the devil here and we have imprisonment. So somebody may be locked up in jail already, but somebody, because of a burial that they caused in the past, allegedly, somebody was dating this person. And what else? Somebody may have been dating somebody. And what else is going on here? Spirit? That they loved. They was dating this person and they loved this person. Okay, what else? They loved this person and what else? Somebody was dating somebody and they loved this person. And they was greedy. They love money more than they love. See, I love my money more than I love my hoes. I love my money more than I love my hoes. That's what I'm hearing. In other words, they love money more than they love their hoes. That's crazy, but that's what I'm hearing. And that's what's hidden. And this got to do with an organization. So somebody in this organization love their money more than they love their hoes. In other words, you can be replaced. In other words, you can be replaced, bro. Give 2 more cards in this organization. What else we need to know? And in the desert, something in the desert, organization in the desert. What else? 1 more card. But see, somebody for life insurance. So somebody here in the desert has some life insurance, and someone in the desert. What about this life insurance in the desert? What about this life insurance? See, they wanted to make a disaster, and then it's legal proceedings. And then they was going, see, there's legal proceedings going on with a disaster that they caused in this life insurance. Somebody was trying to get somebody's life insurance, and it turned into a disaster, a complete disaster. That's what I'm hearing. Somebody here, who was this person that was taken out? Who was this person in the past? And they was abused. And they were neglected and they were taken out. This person was abused, neglected, and taken out. And this person knows who they is because they were dating this person. Allegedly. So, what I'm seeing here, this person here, allegedly this week, something may come out or is already out that somebody gets mind controlled in the mountains by the devil, which is going to cost them imprisonment because it cost somebody burial and they abused this person, and that's what's going down this coming week. Or they already did this, or this is in the making. So I can't put a time on this, but it said this is a weekly read that came out. Somebody was dating this person, they loved this person, but they were greedy. They had a lot of greed going on. That's what was hidden in this organization. They loved making disasters for life insurance money. So in other words, this person that worked for the devil liked it to get their money by making people pass away and having life insurance on them, allegedly. And they was trying to plan this out this coming week, trying to make a natural disaster, allegedly. So, take it with a grain of salt, allegedly. So, what's the outcome of this situation? What's going to be the outcome of them making all these disasters and stuff? And I can't make it up. Relationship. You see, it came out. It says, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. This person you was attracted to, you was in a relationship. They was in a relationship with this person. But somehow this person, they says, it's either my hoes or my money. My hoes or my money. This is what I'm hearing. And they choose their money. Somebody said, I'm choosing my money. So what happened in this relationship? What else happened? Yeah, loneliness. And this person was lonely. And they was in fear because they didn't want this to come out. They didn't want this to come out, what they done, And so somebody's feeling some grief right now because they didn't think they was going to have to go to jail for it. You know what I'm saying? They felt like everything was going to stay hid. And everything can't stay hid when you're doing something you ain't got no business doing. So, somebody did something the wrong way. And they thought this was never going to come out. Allegedly. So what else we need to know here? I'm going to leave that brief. Anyway, we got something here that somebody worked for the devil. And the devil, in other words, is my money or my hoes. And the devil don't play. It says blood demon work. The devil. There was blood demon work this week. They were trying to cause it for somebody's life insurance. Somebody born in 1943 in the past. Somebody was doing sex magic. And it backfired on them. That's why it's getting found out, because it's backfiring on them, the magic that they done. So that's why they're getting caught in this. Somebody Capricorn, could have been a Capricorn, allegedly. Justice is here. Justice is coming. That's why they're going to jail. Justice is going to be known in this, and they're going to jail because of this. What else is going on? And they thought they wasn't going to jail with it because they never get in trouble. But this is their day. This week is their day or something. It's something that's always, this person wasn't telling stories. They was telling the truth. A dog angel was around you the whole time, allegedly. See, they didn't want you to get this music contract. See, they make over time. They was trying to make over stuff. They didn't want you to get that. So these evil spirits were jumping in and out of people because they sold their soul to the devil, and the devil has to collect. So that's how the devil collect. Because the police, they're not playing with that. Somebody might have got to talk with a police dog too, allegedly. They were fighting in the past, fighting teenagers, allegedly. And somebody named Madison could have been involved in the past. Someone named Frank. They think you're a joke. They loved the color purple back in the day, allegedly. What else is going on? What else is going on? Spirit. Some about 2006 could have been an Indian woman. Could have been involved. Somebody from the West, allegedly. Could have lived on the West, or West could be the name. Somebody 44 in the past. This person has two sides of them. They could be a crazy person named Myra. Somebody says no worries. Somebody was half and half. They was half black. They did some M's in the past. They did this. Somebody did this back in Kansas. This was a karmic dad that you was in that had something to do with it. Somebody child support they thought was coming. Somebody named Dorothy. Somebody said they had low energy right now. Somebody has a low energy. Somebody here, why are you calling me about all this stuff? See, they says, why you do this to me? Always telling lies, but they wasn't, because it's in the reverse. This person was actually telling the truth. Y'all like, share, subscribe. This is Quora. This is what came out.